the Greek yogurt and the milk gives it really high quality dairy protein.
Still ahead on CTV News at 5, a hearty, healthy, delicious breakfast. Nutrition expert Jaelin is here to teach us how to make protein-packed overnight oats. That's coming up after the break.
Starting the morning off with a good breakfast can impact how the rest of your day goes. Sometimes it's hard to think of easy, healthy, delicious meals to make in the morning, but you really don't have to overcomplicate it. Nutrition expert Jaelin joins us with more. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Leanne. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for being here today. Michelle, according to a recent Angus Reid poll, 92% of Canadians reported typically eating breakfast as part of their pandemic routine. Now, that's compared to 22% of Canadians who would have previously skipped their morning meal. Why do you think this is?
Well, I think a lot of people are at home during the pandemic, so they have a lot more time. So I want to show you a really easy, nutritious overnight oats recipe that you can do to make sure you are having a good, healthy breakfast in the morning. So, yes.
Okay, that sounds delicious. I love overnight oats as well. Let's get started. How are we doing this?
Yes. So whenever I make overnight oats, I always have first a base recipe, and I want to show you how it's done. Now, you can make different variations of this. But first off, what I generally start off with is in a mason jar is I add in some old-fashioned oats, about a third of a cup. And then I also add in a third of a cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of chia seeds, and a third of a cup of Greek yogurt. Now, the Greek yogurt and the milk gives it really high quality dairy protein, which is actually what keeps you full longer. I also put a little bit of honey for a bit of sweetener, put it in the fridge, and the next morning, that's when you can customize it with whatever toppings you like. So this one here I have is my very fresh one. It's got berries, it's got some almonds, and a little splash of vanilla extract. It's a great one to have in the morning. And one thing we want to make sure too, that when we are making overnight oats, we are using dairy milk because it's a great staple in many people's fridges. Not only is it a great source of protein, like I mentioned, but also it's a great source of vitamin D, which is perfect for immunity, zinc, which is great for skin health, as well as vitamin A, which is actually good for our vision health, because right now we are spending a lot more time staring at our screens.
And Michelle, are there different variations of the overnight oats that we can make?
Yes, and I'm so excited to show them to you. So I have another one here. Now, we use the same base recipe. And the next morning, we're going to do something a bit different. I call this one my apple spice one. It's got some apples, some pecans, and some ground cinnamon. Now, pecans go very well with apples. Apples you can find usually easily year-round. And then if you want to use maple syrup instead of honey for this one, then go for it because it goes really well with the apples. The other thing you want to look for is, of course, when you're looking for milk to make your overnight oats, you want to make sure you look for that blue cow logo. That's how you know you are getting quality local milk.
Okay, that sounds absolutely delicious, Michelle. Do you have to be kind of experienced in the kitchen to make these overnight oats?
Oh, absolutely not. Totally not. It's something that really anyone can do. It's just about putting different ingredients together. Another one that I do have is one for people who are a little bit more adventurous. This one I call my mango passion fruit one. So what I have here is a granadilla passion fruit, and this is a fruit that you normally find in South America. You actually eat the seeds and you eat the pulp, and it's really good. It's really yummy. You add that in, as well as some frozen mango. You can find frozen mango chunks in your freezer section in the grocery store. And the last thing I'm adding to this one is a bit of desiccated coconut. All that means is that the coconut has been dehydrated and it has been shredded so it's nice and small, and it adds that little bit extra on top of your overnight oats in the morning. This is definitely a recipe, the overnight oats recipe. You can prep them ahead of time, and then you can have so many different combinations that you can have throughout the week.
Yeah, I love that you can make different combinations because some people don't really like chocolate, let's say, and they would rather have the fruit one. And that's really cool that you can do that to change it up.
Yes, but you know what? For people who really love chocolate like myself, I have another one. This is a little bonus one. It's actually my secret one. What's not so secret anymore. But if you have your overnight oats here, so this is the one again, made it with my old-fashioned oats, my high-quality dairy protein from milk and Greek yogurt, chia seed and honey. And the next morning, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter to it. And then I'm also going to add some chocolate chips. Put that in there in my little jar. And I would top that off with a little pinch of maybe some sea salt. Put it in the microwave for about 50 seconds. And then you have delicious chocolate peanut butter overnight oats. I'm a dietitian and I just said, yeah, you can have chocolate for breakfast.
I love it so much, and I am a chocolatey person. Michelle, it looks so good. I'm not even lying. I'm going to go home and make this for tomorrow morning.
Yes, you can meal prep these ahead of time, and they're great throughout the week. Good for an afternoon snack as well. Thank you so much for having me, Leanne.
Perfect, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here today and for these awesome overnight oat recipes.
Thank you for having me.